Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I just finished a video where I asked the world, the people of the world, how and why they allow the things to happen to them that they do. And having produced that, I went downstairs and I began to talk to my 14-year-old daughter, and she says to me, "Dad, you know, if you're going to be making these postings, and you've been doing this for several years now, and people are not listening to you, maybe you should try changing the way you make your presentations." She even said to me, you know, there are people who put stuff on the internet, and overnight they can have many millions of clicks what people just wanted to hear. So maybe you should change the way you're doing it. And I'm thinking to myself as I talk to her, I say, well, you know, people have in their own minds the kind of stuff they want to hear and why they want to hear it. And this stuff they're drawn to. Other stuff they don't want to hear, and they will not be drawn to it. And if I took what they don't want to hear and wrap it up into something that they want to hear, and they start listening through the stuff that they want to hear, only to find out that in the core of it is something that they don't want to hear, it's worse than it was in the beginning. So to make a long story short to you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to go through the things that she and I continue to discuss. But I wanted to make clear to her that it was like this. In America, we have never been a righteous nation. We've been somewhat better than we are now. But we haven't been a righteous nation. It didn't matter if it's yesterday, today, and tomorrow the way we're going is going to be even a worse nation. But it is what it is. And so if you want to make things better, if you want to make things in light of, say, we're talking about God, you're going to have to make a major change. But the change won't come by deceiving yourselves. You have to grow up and be up. Tell the truth. Now, just so you can understand what I'm saying, I've lived through many presidents, through Eisenhower to today. And I've seen America be so sick enough to kill people like Dr. King and Malcolm X. Other parts of the world kill their leaders too that have had their eyes and their minds opened and their spirits opened. They've all gone through this. But United States of America seems to be at its worst level that I've ever seen it in before. I talked about a man who has stood up before the American people and said, "I am the greatest man that ever lived. I'm greater than any other president that ever existed. I've accomplished more in a year, benefit for the United States of America, than all of the presidents put together." And when the people applaud, you can't even hear their applause for him applauding himself. How magnificent he is. And how, after saying all of this and creating such division, when he walks away, thousands follow right back, right step in step, step in step. Now, when you see that kind of stuff going on, I'm saying to her, you know, this is what we have today, but the only way to clear yourselves from that is to know the truth and follow the truth, and that truth will set you free. I'm telling her that when you see a Republican saying that we are this, or a Democrat saying that we are that, they are no different. I'm saying that the Republicans today and Donald Trump, I have never seen anything as evil as this. And yet people say, well, why can't the Democrats come back? What are they saying? And I'm saying that the Democrats can't really come back because they're no different than the Republicans. They might not have as much stink on them as the Republicans, but they feel with stink nonetheless. And if any of them on any side wanted to grow up, they'd have to stand before the people and say, I am not worth your time. And they are not worth your time. Tell the truth. Tell the people that the Republicans are not worth anything and the Democrats are not worth anything. And if there's to be a solution, it is not in me or them, the Republicans or Democrats, and it's in a power outside of ourselves. And that power must be more magnificent for all of us, or that power is nothing but a representation of what we've been presenting all of our lives. And that is, my friend, that is truth. From truth is love. From love is action. Action that says, I'm important, you are important. And you are so important, according to me, that I will give my life to show you how important you are. And by doing that, I establish how important I am. This is not happening anywhere in the world. This is not happening in the United States. It's not happening in Russia. It's not happening in the church. It's not happening in the schools. It's not happening anywhere. And so it appears to me that when I made this statement earlier, that only suffering can relieve people from this lie they've accepted. Only suffering will leave people from this lie they've accepted. Then we are just going to go down and down and down. We say that through cooperation and God, you can achieve everything in a simple manner. They say with money you can do it. But then there is so much money, but there are so many people don't have anything. There are so many people don't have health care, don't have education benefits. They do not have access to the simple things of life. And yet, you ask yourselves, where's the money? This is God that everybody is looking for. It's at the top. So much money up there in the top, and they're still trying to get so much more money. It seems as if they want to make sure they got all the money. And everybody else is nothing. Everybody else is nothing because they got all the money. And this seems to be an idea that's being perpetuated by all the leaders. This seems to be what they're striving for. This seems to be what they're doing and being successful at it. And so when you think about changing your strategy to see if people will catch it, won't work. The best way for them to catch it is when you act on it. When somebody starts going in your pocket, stop it. And if they say, turn me loose and let me get what I want from you, prove to them that they're not. What do? You resist them. One or two things will happen. They will give up, maybe come back later, but they'll give up, or they'll kill you on the spot. Killing you on the spot is a sign that you are real. Not giving up is a sign that you're real. And anything else is just a fake lie, and it's taking you nowhere. Now, I try to bring this to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of tainted. It's a secondary thing. When I was talking to my daughter, I wish there was a camera right there because it came out beautiful there. And right now, I'm kind of slurring a little bit. Can't get these words out a little bit. Kind of getting hot a little bit. So I got to turn it loose right now. Will you get anything out of it? No. No need somebody say, well, speak positive. Speak positive. Say, yes, they're going to get something out of it. Yes, they're going to get something out of it. No.